North Carolina Congressman Madison Cawthorne tonight telling CNN he's confident he'll win tomorrow's GOP primary. Admits, though, returning to Washington may be, his words, a little awkward. Diane Gallagher is out front.
The mountainous, tree-covered landscape of Western Carolina has become an ugly political battleground.
Cawthorne will lie about anything.
As Republicans wage an all-out war on embattled but Trump-endorsed Congressman Madison Cawthorne. He faces off against 7 GOP challengers in Tuesday's primary, who cast the scandal-plagued representative as absent, fame-hungry, even dangerous.
A lot of things that he's said and done recently has aired in other countries as propaganda. That goes back to a national security issue.
Pitching themselves to the very red district as more serious, less distracting alternatives.
Instead of talking about what lingerie that our congressman might like to wear in his spare time, we need to be talking about inflation and real issues.
Republicans have rallied around the other candidates, like State Senator Chuck Edwards, who has the backing of North Carolina's most powerful players, including Senator Tom Tillis.
Putin used Cawthorne's claims.
And the 6 figures that a Tillis-connected super PAC has dropped on attack ads.
I've really never seen the swamp launch such a coordinated attack against any individual in politics except for Donald Trump.
Former President Donald Trump endorsed the 26-year-old Cawthorne more than a year ago, though he's generally stayed away from the race. But on the eve of the primary, Trump posted on his Truth Social platform, alluding to Cawthorne's struggles to stay out of headlines in recent months, like calling Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky a thug, and the pending misdemeanor charges for driving with a revoked license and being stopped for carrying a gun through airport security for a second time. Trump saying, recently he made some foolish mistakes, which I don't believe he'll make again. Let's give Madison a second chance. And we found plenty of voters in Cawthorne's hometown of Hendersonville who plan to do just that.
Well, I think he's a good kid. It's political. Everybody's trying to, do what they can to make themselves look good and make the opponent look bad.
A lot of it's made up, fabricated stuff.
But for others, between the unflattering headlines, poor congressional attendance, and fights over whether he shut down district offices, it's just too much drama.
He's real narcissistic, and I'm just not into that.
North Carolina's 11th district is massive and rural, making voters both physically and digitally hard to reach. But one Cawthorne misstep that did seem to reach the entire district, his move late last year when new maps were drawn to leave it behind.
I will be running for Congress in the 13th Congressional District. This move is not an abandonment.
Yeah, but there were plenty of people who did feel like they were abandoned when the court struck those maps down and Madison Cawthorne came back to the 11th. Now, something that is going to add to the unpredictability of tomorrow here in North Carolina, unaffiliated voters. More than 40% of all the ballots that have been cast in the Republican primary during early voting in this district have come from those unaffiliated voters, Aaron. And a winner, if they are declared tomorrow, would have to get 30% of the vote to avoid a runoff.
All right, Diane, thank you very much for that reporting.